Hello everyone, I'm Jay, one half of Jay and Valing Around, and I got a question for you. Have you ever heard of the MoMo? The MoMo is a nickname. Now, it's not a nickname of your mom or your grandmother or that huge offensive lineman who played on your high school football team. No. It's the nickname of the Missouri Monster. And I'm here in Louisiana, Missouri, and it said that this monster roamed through the woods and terrorized the whole town. So come along with me as I tell the story of the MoMo monster here in Louisiana, Missouri. So here's the story of the MoMo. The MoMo is like a Bigfoot type creature. It's said to have like a large pumpkin-shaped head, thick black hair, and I mean so hairy that covers his whole body and face. So the only thing that you can see on his face is these bright orange eyes. And then he has this pungent stench. Just absolutely stinks. Florida has Skunk Ape. So I assume that the MoMo is in that same vein. So here's how the story goes. So the first sighting was July 1971 when two girls, Joan Mills and Mary Ryan, they were on their way back to St. Louis, and they stopped just north of Louisiana, Missouri at a scenic overlook to have a picnic. Now in the police report, they both said when they were eating their lunch, they smelt this pungent smell, and Mary said she had never smelt anything that bad in her life. They thought maybe it was a family of skunks. They weren't sure. But when they saw the half ape, half man coming out of the weeds and stop and look at them, it spooked them. They got so scared they just jumped up, ran to their car, and locked their car. Now, as the creature was coming closer to them, it made a sound. And they said it sounded like a whistle underwater. It was like a gurgling type sound, and it made it even creepier for them. They watched the creature come to their picnic site, eat their food, and then walk back into the weeds. And after that, they went directly to the police and made a report. Now, when they made the report, the police kind of put it to the side. They mentioned the family of skunks and maybe it was just animals out there. So they didn't really take it that seriously. And so the report was kind of filed and put away. So let me start with the story. 1972, two brothers. One was Terry, one was Wiley. They were playing right here in the backyard, and they smelt something really bad up here in the hills. And they noticed it was something about 7 foot tall. It was holding a dog like it had just killed it for something for food, and it was just walking across the back of the property. One of the boys, probably both of the boys, screamed, and their sister Doris heard them and came outside and saw this creature as well. And that's how you get the description of it being 7 foot tall and very hairy with the bright orange eyes and the stench. It stinks so bad. Now, I'm here today and it doesn't stink at all, so I think we're in the clear. And this is the backyard of the Harrisons from 1972. Of course, 50 years later, a little different. Over here, this is where the house would have been. In this area right here. Like I said, it was green. All torn down now. So check this out, guys. Now it's 50 plus years later. But this right here, these are the steps to the Harrison home where the two brothers and the sister saw the MoMo monster, reported it to their parents who reported it to the police. And I'm right here. I'm at the steps of the Harrison house. How cool is that? So after the Harrisons made the police report, it threw the town into a frenzy. Everybody was terrorized. Parents were telling children to stay away from the woods, and everybody was on alert for the MoMo, the Missouri monster. For a couple of weeks, the sightings went through the roof. Everybody saw this monster, and it was everywhere. So now it's July 19th of 1972. And the chief of police, Shelby Ward, he assembled a group of volunteers and some policemen, and the posse went through the Star Hill and tried to search for this Missouri monster. Now, the chief of police, he wasn't playing around. He actually took this very seriously and was searching for like a fugitive, if you will, because he was really concerned with the safety of the town. Everybody was on edge. A lot of people owned firearms, and he didn't want to have any accidents. So he really took it seriously. He wanted to get to the bottom of it right away. So that's why he got this search party together, and they combed through Star Hill. Now, they didn't find anything. They found some tracks and some hair, which they sent to the Oklahoma City Zoo. And Lawrence Curtis, who was a cryptozoologist, tried to identify the tracks and the hair. And he couldn't come up with a positive identification for any type real animal. So his conclusion was it was an unknown primate species. So after all of the Russia sightings and all of the findings, little by little the reports and the sightings subsided. And now, 50 years later, it's more folklore and a tale and a story than it is a sighting. It's so cool. I'm literally here. I'm literally in the spot where that all happened 50 plus years ago. Alrighty. The legend of the MoMo, the Missouri monster, is over. So I really tried really hard to find that picnic area, that scenic overlook on Highway 79 just north of Louisiana, Missouri. Come to find out, it is gone. 50 years later, Highway 79, the road has changed. The public property is now private property, and so that area doesn't exist anymore, but I did give it a shot. I also got to see, though, the Harrison residence, which 50 years later, that house is gone as well. But got to see the front steps. Also got to see the backyard. That was amazing. Got to see Star Hill, which is where they formed that posse to look for the MoMo. And they scoured through the woods. That was amazing as well. And the city of Louisiana, Missouri itself, I met a couple of people. They were very, very, very nice. They seem to be a very close-knit community, small town right on the Mississippi River. So if you're ever in the area, just visiting or being a tourist, stop in. They have a lot of small local business, and it's very diverse. And I think you'll really enjoy Louisiana, Missouri. So if you liked my MoMo story, give us a thumbs up. Comment down below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. It'll let you know when the new videos come out, and it'll keep you in the loop. So I want to thank you for coming along with me today and enjoying the little town of Louisiana, Missouri and the legend of the MoMo. And I want to thank you for Jay and valing around with us.